And hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us once again for the second set.
Welcome, welcome, one and all, boys and girls, to the second set. We got Mr. TDKaiser versus eedefeed coming up here. What do you think, Gibberish? How's this going to go out?
Yep, there are the emote spam. It's always great to see. We got spikes and a lot of flags.
We love
Retro
flags, and we even love spikes even more.
spikes make it interesting, and the flag is just a great way to finish the level. Oh, there I see a confused. There's our confusion little GR18. That's for when someone spends 3 minutes trying to do cheese and then fail at the end.
Yeah, totally understandable on that. And there was even a level on the last series that I saw. It was the level where you started on top, and the cheese was jump over the side of the level, and you basically drop down to find your box. And then there's like the hidden goalpost. I had actually played that level on Tower a couple of days ago, and I had found the same cheese, and I was trying to get a decent shoot time on there.
Yeah, you gotta block off the edges of the screen. A lot of people make that mistake, and if you're playing a level and you make it to the end of a screen, you can just jump off and see what's down there. You'll usually find a little surprise.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Is that a lot of creators don't realize that the camera won't kill you if you are not far enough off the screen for a certain amount of time.
Right? If you hug the edge, you can fall down and you won't die.
And it makes powers like the zip very powerful.
Exactly. That's kind of why the zipper becomes a crowd favorite.
All right, so it looks like we're getting everything set up here again, and both runners are both looking at the same levels here. It looks like we're just going to be getting ready here. Just 1 second, guys.
And we've got our countdown with the 3, 2, 1, and go. And our first level is the scoring test by Stratonian, with eedefeed taking the lead. We'll see if the mobile loading times messes with him. That is one thing to consider.
Yeah, that's definitely something to consider. Is how powerful of a device is the mobile device that TD is using? Is it going to be able to load levels as quickly as a PC or another console, maybe?
It looks like his stream is down, so I'm not so sure about this.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely play it by ear and at least see what eedefeed is doing on their side trying to get through this level. They see their box, and it looks like they have to get it over to that gate. They kind of want to hold on to that spring.
And instead, he finds the goal, getting himself an early point. Hopefully Kaiser can still be playing through the levels, even if his stream isn't working right now. But we'll catch up with him as it goes on.
Yeah, so sorry, apologies for the technical difficulties here, guys, but we will get it sorted out fairly shortly here.
eedefeed has to bounce on a vac rat and hit a switch that is off the screen, and that opens up the door for him. All while Bernie whirlers are swinging around, he makes use of the fact that the package will respawn if it drops off stage, and finally finds his way through the door.
Yeah, getting some nice little package jumps there.
And that is another clear for him. Starts to do some super jumps. as he finds himself some pop drum medallion up on the top of the screen, just off out of sight, and isn't sure what to do with it. He's showing off his own little confusion right now.
Yeah, let's get some confusion in the chat for eedefeed right now, who's trying to get that goal.
And he gets it. Super not impossible. With 3 clears for eedefeed. Taking himself to a bunch of 1-tick gems. As he's got some timing that has to happen here, which it seems to be on a very slow clock. They slowly show up for him. Falls down, but finds a checkpoint for his troubles. Not sure if it was worth grabbing that checkpoint, as now he has to go all the way back in order to progress forward.
All right, he's gonna go ahead and skip that level and move on to the next one.
Yeah, size is not really worth it. Bringing us to hey something something go. As he's got a few different paths that go out. He seems to, you got to keep track of all the goals that you can see on screen right now. He's trying to get this Swoopadoop into a place where he can bounce off his head in order to just jump upwards.
Trying to bait these Swoopdoops into a specific spot definitely is not the easiest thing to do.
No, he probably would have been done by now if he'd gone the other way through. Sorry, you're right. Twist Goose, as Retro says.
The adopted name for the Swoopadoop.
That was their name way before release.
That was like a beta name.
Yep. For some reason, he ignores the package cam and instead decides to try to hop around on top. And he
gets a
finds
little
the goal.
shortcut there. Yeah. A little bit of cheese in our chat here for that level.
Just apparently he's played that level before and beats his old time, so that's a bonus for him. And he meets his old nemesis once again, the Twist Goose. This time hiding in the ceiling. This might be a tech level, based on the barrage of signs I just saw, but it might not be.
Oh, we got a nice little boss battle here with both these guys here.
Just playing a game of toss with the bomb. And now there's a lot of vac rats into a chamber where he eventually finds the package.
Got some vac rats everywhere. He's just trying to lure around, and an easy goal for him right at the end. A very quick level.
He's really doing well on this first set with another score. And another skip.
You must have seen that level once already.
I did not see what the time was on that level, and that can give you a big clue. This level only a 7-second time on, so it could be easy, but he seems to have a lot set in his way.
Yeah, it could be easy. It could be that there's just some cheese in here that maybe he hasn't found yet. Getting around these balls here. And all he really needs to do is fall through that platform. The goal's right underneath it.
Jumps right up into the spikes. Giving himself another clear. He's doing excellent in this.
These levels that have a ton of enemies or a ton of traps right at the beginning that can just instantly kill you annoy the heck out of me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, you gotta. If you don't have a moment to breathe when you enter a level, it just you often get people skipping it.
Yeah, and the third time on this is 27 seconds, so this definitely would be one of those interesting choices if he decides to keep going for it or skip it.
27 seconds isn't too bad if you can find your way and not jump off the edge.
And that's
It is a
exactly what it's coming
27.
down to.
It is 27 seconds from free act, however, so you can expect more of a 35 to 40-second time.
We got the D-bot that's going to help him jump on these spikes, so it definitely looks like more of a technical movement level.
He's got to keep the block push so that he can make these jumps. They're just too high without it. And didn't quite make it in time, and he might have some problems right here. He's going to have to throw that down and grab the package in order to safely land.
And he's got that next reset point, so now he's in that next section here with these cannons.
And they don't give him any problems. And gets himself another point.
He's on the last level now. Look cannon boss battle.
This
He's
is
gonna go ahead and skip that.
7 points on the first playlist, and still over 5 minutes left on the clock. So he's doing excellent for himself. We'll see if see what happens with Kaiser as they're trying to figure out what's going on with his stream.
Yeah, I wonder if Kaiser's gonna end up taking some screenshots of his levels, or if he thinks his stream is still running, and this, is going to have to be a re-race.
We'll have to leave that up to the judges.
Yeah, definitely.
This level has a 4-second time, so it's just going to be a matter of finding which are the most important 4 seconds. And there, he sees the goal. Oh no, that's so sad.
Yeah, there's that little swamp troll there at the end. Definitely wasn't expecting that.
You gotta go over it or under it. Just wait, play it safe.
Yeah, may as well, because you don't know what other kind of traps could be sitting there waiting for you.
Big World, Small GR18 by Waddles TNT. Where GR18 finds himself surrounded by a giant everything.
Yeah, all these block push are definitely going to give him a little bit of a problem trying to get around those spikes as he's falling through them.
Let's see if he can actually bait out the drops, and instead the hard light baits him out.
Yeah, that was kind of a okie doke right there with that hard light.
I think he forgot about it. That it will turn off on him.
And it's definitely an interesting troll for level creators right there. If you put a switch on those lights that is just long enough that it seems like it's actually on, and it actually turns off on you and when you're not expecting it.
Yeah, get some irregular timing on those. Can really throw the player off.
Nice little switch palace here for him to go through.
Yeah, makes use of some super jumps to save some box stacking time. Bringing out the tiptoe.
And easy win at the end of the level here.
find the way. He starts with a super jump into a hidden tiptoe.
An easy dev exit right there for this level. Definitely played this level before.
that that's not exactly what you want to see in a level. Is just a hop straight up and run on the ceiling for 5 seconds.
Definitely makes the
Nope.
level a little bit on the boring side. Thinks about doing a skip on this one for 1:45, and I don't blame him. That's a long time to go through a level.
He should skip on this one since it's about 1:45 on the clock left. We got some blind zipping and a blind skipping.
Yep, can't blame him there. Definitely trying to get through at least one more level. This one's got 22 seconds on it. He's got 1:29 to finish it, so I think he's going to go for it.
Now, judging by the title of this, I believe that he has to one-shot this level, as there will be nobody as he goes through.
See the package. He's looking how to get in there on it.
It's unlikely you can just walk through the wall right there, but you never know. nice snipe.
Yeah, it was a very good throw by him.
Chooses not to fight him and instead just assassinate him. Pop medallions are the real tiptoe assassin sneaky power up.
And 32 seconds left on the clock as he clears this level. Maybe he can get one more snuck in there. "24-second level. He'd be cutting it close, but he would be able to do it.
Get some rainbows, some sproings. He takes the sproing with him and finds a bumper chamber.
Yeah, and he's going to go ahead and skip out just because the time has run out.
Yeah, that is time. An extra 4 on the second half. I believe that brings it up to 11.
A definitely decent showing here by eedefeed. We'll have to see what TDKaiser comes out with, either by showing us what his screens look like, or maybe we can see his recently leveled or recently played levels and count from there. Lots
Yeah,
of
we'll have
GGs
to
in the chat.
GG to ED. That is a strong showing. It is very unfortunate that we can't see what's happening with TD. I hope they manage to find a way to make it work.
Yeah, we'll definitely be reviewing this shortly before going into the second set here for both players, just to make sure that everything is as it should be for going into the second set. Let's get some of those flags in chat for our runners. Just bear with us a moment, chat, as we review the different levels that were cleared by TDK and also by eedefeed, just to make sure that everyone is on the same page before going into our second set. And also try to figure out any stream bugs that may have happened. Yeah, so if you guys are wanting to see other versions of this, amateur versions, whatnot, please be sure to share our channel. Make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're following, all that good stuff.
and let people know that you are interested in that specifically. Because if there's only two of you saying it, it's kind of not easy to set up a tournament. But if there's a group of you,
Yeah, talk
we all
about
know.
it all you can.
I think it looks like they're about ready to go here as they get their levels lined up. There's they talk to the players, and we have a countdown with a 3, 2, 1, go. Doing it well we can. Starting off with a extremely old level of mine. This was actually a daily build. Back when daily builds had more restrictions.
It's hard to imagine that daily builds had more restrictions at some point.
This is basically an auto scroller.
Yeah,
eedefeed chooses to stick with it.
yeah, and TDKaiser is skipping to the next one.
This is a very colorful little map that they have to play right now. Got some uh, batteries that they have to search for.
And now my question is answered. It does look like TDK is playing with touchscreen controls, so definite props to him for coming into this race with touchscreen controls. That can't be easy to go against someone that might be playing on keyboard or with a controller.
And eedefeed gets a finish while Kaiser skips. I'm not sure if it's touch scrolls or if the controller just shows what's happening on the screen. But he's finding his way through Time Forest 2. As eedefeed gets 1 gem, which allows him to enter a room, apparently. Instead, starts to search for another battery, but he forgets to drop off his old one.
Yeah, you gotta remember when you're carrying these objects on you, you don't always remember what you're carrying. Sometimes it's not even obvious that you're carrying something.
Especially if you grab a checkpoint and forget to redo the thing you just did.
Yeah, that's the worst too. Is sometimes you feel like you have the item after a checkpoint and you end up not having it.
Oh, he just took a rift and left behind the battery because the rift appeared right where he was standing. Meanwhile, TDK finds himself in a chamber of death, as every single type of hazard and enemy is in this room.
He's picking up that pure juice there. I don't know if I would made that decision. I mean, it definitely gives you a little more reaction time, but
sometimes you just want to get through the level. Still got little random movements that really throw you off. He sees the end and falls into a pit.
yeah, but he's got a reset point right there. Oh no, and it's got a bunch of Kaizo blocks blocking it.
He's supposed to fall into the pit. He could try to super jump over. It might be difficult. The wall might also be too high for that. And
meanwhile, eedefeed is fighting that mech and gets him down and gets through the goal.
Another point for eedefeed. Giving 2 clears to 0.
Yeah, but now eedefeed is on the same level that TDK is on this level where the things randomly move around.
And TDK just finishes it.
Yep, so now we're 2-1. eedefeed is still in the lead.
I feel like someone's hacked this list and you get another talk gibberish level. Another very, very early one. But it seems like we're having some stream freeze. Hopefully it sticks through this time.
Yeah, it looks like it's picking back up.
That's good. Now, I am pretty sure this Time Forest does have cheese in it. I believe I've played this level before.
Yeah, that zipper definitely will give you a lot of cheese if you know how to use it right.
I believe it's possible to go upwards from here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, using the zipper in order to get through the roof.
So he just takes his time and hits a hazard and skips.
I feel like we've seen this level earlier too. Lock cannon and jump.
I think this was actually in a previous run. I don't know if it was there. It wasn't there yesterday, but it was in the previous set, I think. It might have been yesterday. But they are both at pretty much the same point, but eedefeed has the point lead with an extra clear.
So eedefeed can take his time here. I mean, granted, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know if TDK is actually ahead of him or behind him.
He had the switch correct and then swapped it back.
Yeah, but unfortunately took a death for it. Meanwhile, we got TDK on the other side, who's just gotten to the goal on this level, so they get another point.
Yep, he found the exit. eedefeed is almost there, and Kaiser chooses to skip that puzzle level.
Can't blame him for that. eedefeed's having a little bit of trouble trying to figure out what to do here. Got that boxed over, and now he's gonna go down.
That slippery goo will mess with you.
Yep, and he's got his next clear.
Just stay on one clear ahead, but if this keeps up, it's possible that that the time will end when they're on the same level and tied. So even though eedefeed has the lead right now, if they're it's entirely possible for Kaiser to catch up.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And Kaiser can catch up just because he's slightly ahead in eedefeed on the actual level and clearing it. So if Kaiser sticks with it and actually keeps clearing the levels at the same pace, he could finish before eedefeed gets a chance to. Time runs out, and that's just how it goes.
Yep. This one is also one that seems to have a lot of hard timing to it, where you can't get a better time. You just have to wait for things to move.
Yep. And personally, I think I would skip this kind of level just because there's no way you can save time on it.
I think they got brought in by the 11-second flan time. Pretty sure there has to be a skip for that sort of time.
Yeah, there's got to be cheese somewhere that they're not looking for right now. Granted, they're a little further in the level, so they're definitely past wherever the cheese is.
Yeah, and at this point, you don't know how much farther it is to the end, so maybe you just go 2 more screens. Maybe it's 5. And they're right at this exact same point.
Yep, both trying to get through this little bit of a clock here on these cannons.
It actually gets hit in the back from the spike chainer.
Yep, you gotta just wait out these spikes along with these cannons moving back and forth. TDK is the first to get the reset box. eedefeed's right behind them.
And they're good. Kaiser getting another point.
Yeah, so like we said, this is definitely coming down to who's going to be clearing the levels first. Granted, eedefeed still is one clear ahead as far as actual clears, but because TDK has cleared a level before eedefeed, they're actually tied. eedefeed will be back in the lead as soon as he clears this level.
And he is near the end. Hopefully he doesn't make a bad choice and choose to skip this close to the end. He should see the exit at this point.
Look at these box jumps over on TDK's side with mobile controls. That is absolutely crazy.
Very clean and makes it to the end. Gets a point for it. So they're right back up to tied, even though eedefeed also gets a point.
Yep. And we're coming down with only 4 minutes left.
A skip on the puzzle level once again.
Do you think we're actually going to see a forced game 3 out of these two?
It's entirely possible. I like this level called Sky Wiggler, which doesn't have a single Sky Wiggler. This is a classic tutorial level. You can tell by the spikes, the door, and the eye switch that probably doesn't lead to anything.
All right, so both players are back on the same level again, which means eedefeed now is 1 point ahead.
They're on a 10-second sprint level, which takes more than 10 seconds, which eedefeed chooses to skip.
And for a level that seems like it has a, if I'm reading that right, a 1 minute clear time on it.
It chooses to spend his time in this one instead. Eventually, Kaiser also skips that. eedefeed is in a strong position right now, having both a spring and zipper. Anything could happen at this point.
Oh, and he's got a maze section here he's got to navigate. This is definitely where you don't want to see in this kind of a race.
No. You don't want to miss your exit and suddenly be so far behind. Like, I think that's just a gem path. As well as there could entirely be invisible zipper paths. Apparently you're not supposed to. I think he just screwed himself up there.
Yep, and he's gonna go ahead and skip that level. So now TDK is in a good position to catch back up here if he can finish this level or if he's going to skip into the next playlist.
As still at 5-4. As eedefeed finds him a level with a collectathon, a wall of doors that he chooses to skip.
Oh, I've played this level before. There's an easy cheese if you jump off either the left or the right hand sides of the level. Honestly, my path I do is on the left side of the level. You go back up and jump off the left, and you fall down to get to the end.
It's possible he's listening to you right now, as he had the same thought. He didn't like how close the whiz blades were on the right.
Yeah, I tried a few times on the whiz blades on the right, and the camera on the right definitely will kill you where the whiz blades are whirring off screen.
Yeah, they can swing off screen. Oh, and he misses his landing point.
Oh, and he forgot his package that time, so maybe he's just exploring the level this time.
Oh, did he forget his package?
Yep, he left it up top.
He's gonna be really sad in a moment.
Yep, he realizes and has to restart the level and misses it that time.
And that's a point for Kaiser on the right. He actually finished the zipper level.
TDK is tying it up now.
Less than a minute. eedefeed has to finish this level, and apparently it should happen soon.
Yep, and there's that level change.
I think the only way for Kaiser to tie this up is if he skips to that level and gets a really, really early and uh, understanding of what to do in the level.
Yep, definitely possible. He's trying the right side first, but like I said, we know that the right side's death. He's got to go left.
He tries it.
Yeah, he's trying to make it through. Now he's going to go ahead and skip. He's not sure how to do this.
I believe that is time. Well done.
Yep, there's the time.
GG for everyone. That was very, very close through the entire way. It was that last level that it could have tied. It was just an extra 20 seconds would have made that. Not even that.
Yeah, exactly. If there was a level that we could have either skipped faster or cleared faster, that would have helped out TDK.
A well done fight from everybody. A strong showing for the first mobile player. Unfortunate that on the previous level that they just couldn't get to see him play. But still, it is very, very well done. Um, and that's for everybody in this that has played today. Both sets were incredible to watch, which actually gives us our final challenge for next week. Our final set of challengers.
Yeah, I
Which
mean, just TDK's play showing there goes to show anyone can get into this kind of tournament here. So, for those of you asking if we're going to do another one, if you can get in on the next one, if we're going to be doing amateur ones, I mean, share the channel, show your interest, come into the Discord, show your interest, tell people in other Discords about it. That's definitely how we're going to grow is just by showing support to it.
Of course, and seeing eedefeed just dominate through the first set with 11 levels, like that would have been hard to keep up for anybody.
Yeah.
So looking at the chart right now, you can see we got Intuition moving on, and he will be fighting Specchio from our earlier game, and then we'll have eedefeed going up against Column W. So that will be a great day. Intuition versus Specchio, two big names in the speedrunning versus the building competition. And then eedefeed has streamed quite a bit and done quite a few races himself, and showed today that he can keep up with the best versus Column, who brought down Retrofile. The Retrofile being the classic founder of the speedrun community in this game. Column just knocks him out in the first round, so it's going to be quite a series.
Yeah, and that event's going to be happening next Saturday, this upcoming weekend. So be sure to set aside some time. Come show your support to this channel. Be sure you're following each of our runners as well. Show support to each of their channels, and you can go ahead and give follows to myself and Gibberish as well if you like what we do.
Yes, of course, I do also stream at Talk Gibberish, I believe. I actually don't know. Talk_gibberish. That's my stream. You can watch every once in a while.
Yep, and my stream is over at Synth.
I think we'll see if anyone wants to chat like they did last time.
Yep, it looks
Glad
like we're
everyone.
organizing some interviews right now.
All right, and we have eedefeed here to join us. Hello, eedefeed. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Congratulations.
I am mentally exhausted after
Oh,
that
I'm
last.
sure.
Yeah, that was a tough set. That was
That last set just had a lot of levels that really challenged your perception of the level itself.
yeah, and the patience with it as well. It is levels that seem to always promise that the goal was just around the corner, especially with some of the times that it took to beat some of them in the
Yeah,
the speedrun times.
there's the blaster level, which I think baited both of you into sticking through with it, which had an 11-second run speed.
Yes,
But
I thought it was going to be like a minute long because Friak's time, or was it Flan's time, was like 30 seconds. But yeah.
So one of the big questions from chat for you, eedefeed, on that last level with the falling whiz blades, why did you forget your package on that last jump?
Yeah, whoops. I felt really bad about that one. I didn't realize until it was all the way down.
and we also have TDKaiser here with us. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. They were very fun levels. I like the motion of playing things. I think.
Yeah, you two were actually neck and neck through almost the whole thing, where eedefeed had a small lead, but every single level, Kaiser would catch up, and then eventually eedefeed would get the lead again. So it was.
Did we skip the same levels?
Well,
I don't exactly remember how they matched up. I think one of you stuck through with a level, but a lot of the same levels you ended up playing at the same time. And
Yeah.
the last level was actually what made the difference, because TDKaiser can figure it out that he had to jump off the edge and fall and land, but never quite pulled it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
you
I
can
think-
go off the right or the left there. The right's, I think, not really possible. Luckily, I bumped into that one in practice, so I knew it is possible on either the right or the left side. I just had to jog my memory and just experiment to see which one was the right one to do.
Right.
Like an extra 20 seconds, and that would have tied up.
And just to inform you guys, what ended up happening as far as getting the close tie there was TDKaiser actually ended up skipping a level. I think eedefeed actually ended up playing through, which gave them a little bit of a lead to get onto the next level and start going through that level. So by the time eedefeed caught up on that level, TDK was already halfway through getting through that same level. And you guys were kind of doing the same thing where you were not skipping levels at that point. So TDK would finish a level first, and then eedefeed, you'd finish pretty much a couple of seconds behind them. So
Yeah.
it was down to if TDK could finish a level quick enough, you guys were tied.
Yeah, I felt like there was only it was levels that were not very upfront with what they were. It's very difficult to judge the levels. There was none that were obtuse, really, or at least none that I played that were obtuse.
Yeah, I couldn't find hits. Well, the levels were a little difficult, and I think it's different to play with cell phone.
Yeah, you did amazingly on cell phone. I can't imagine doing as well as you do on a phone.
So you are using mobile controls? You don't have a controller?
No, just mobile. It's difficult, but I think everyone who plays these can do it better. Thanks for letting me participate in this.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to get you in here and get to see your second match. So it's great. I think everyone was excited to see you play through this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the current too.
Yeah, and
I
you
think
guys
you
are
gained
getting
some fans.
both a lot of love in the chat right now as far as your gameplay through this last set here. And definitely a lot of props to TDK from chat for using touch controls and using a mobile device. You know, again, going to show, as I kept saying during the race, that anyone can get into this. It doesn't matter if it's mobile, it doesn't matter if it's PC, Switch, Xbox. If you're using touch controls, a controller, a keyboard, anyone can get into this kind of a challenge.
So thanks again to both of you. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, thank you everyone for being here. It's been a great experience.
Yeah, thank you. You guys take it.
All right. Thanks for stopping by and chatting with the audience. I'm glad you both had fun and could go head to head against each other.
And chat is calling for a commentator race to make it happen. All right, guys, I do believe that we are going to be wrapping it up here over on this stream for today.